Well, switching gears over to Canada. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney and President Trump speaking by phone last night in the hopes of striking a last-minute deal before new 50% tariffs on Canadian goods kick in at 12:01 a.m. tonight.
These 50% tariffs would impact nearly $20 billion worth of Canadian goods, highlighted by milk, beer, plywood, and of course, hockey equipment. Joining us now is former Undersecretary of Commerce and International Trade Attorney Nazak Nikakhtar. Boy, I hope I got that right. Please state your name so I can pronounce it correctly.
Close enough, Nazak Nikakhtar, and very good to be with you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming in. Let's get down to this, though, because I know the people in Canada are very upset. I'm related to a lot of people in Canada. But at the end of the day, aren't these discussions over tariffs, over how we deal with each other, they've been ongoing for a long time. People act as if it's always been peace and harmony between the two countries, but that's not true.
That's right, and that's an excellent point. Every single year, the U.S. government does a study on countries' unfair trade practices against the United States. We've engaged with those countries over and over again to discuss them. Canada's discrimination against U.S. products, its subsidies in terms of agriculture and lumber has been widely known. What really prompted all of this was Canada's sort of recent actions in terms of tariffing U.S. auto components at about 25%, discrimination against U.S. exports of alcohol products. Our exports have dropped 81% of alcohol products. And then discrimination against cheese. U.S. cheese is treated much less fairly than cheese from Europe. So we have legitimate gripes now, but we've had gripes going on for a long time as well.
Nazak, do you think the latest threatened tariffs are creating a higher possibility of a deal, or are they driving Carney and Trump further apart? They don't seem like they get along that well. And I think, frankly, from my perspective, Carney has not played his hand well in public appearances with the president. But are they coming closer together finally, perhaps, on something that's good for both countries?
I hope so. I mean, you all mentioned it. It's $20 billion of goods that are at stake. And look, if Canada retaliates against the United States, the president has the legal authority under this Section 338 authority that he's used to actually ban imports from Canada. There's a lot at stake. I think both are going to come to the table. But I think you also raise an excellent point. When Trump has asked other countries for better trade treatment against the United States, they have come to the table and they've wanted to talk. Canada and China are the only two countries that have actually retaliated against the United States rather than acknowledging, yes, we've got problems. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's find solutions that are good for both of our countries. That's the personality aspect that you touched on that's really irritated Trump. Stakes are high. The fact that the personality issues had gotten us to this point is why we're here at this crisis at the 11th hour, another 50% tariffs on Canadian imports. But I think because the stakes are so high, both countries are highly motivated to reach a solution.
You know what really gets under my skin is this idea that we're asking them to give us more access to critical minerals and decrease our reliance on China and to be a part of the Golden Dome missile defense. This seems like stuff that they should be on board with. I feel like they're withholding their approval just because they don't like Trump.
I think that's it. I mean, what the Canadian government is looking is where's America's dependence? What is every single point of leverage that I have? And I'm going to do that. I'm going to use those points of leverage to get to retaliate and anger Trump. But that's not the way trading countries are supposed to. Trading partners are supposed to work with each other, especially one of our two largest trading partners. A partner that is USMCA, our American companies, in reliance on Canada being a good partner, have moved so many supply chains over to Canada. And for Canada to turn around and further discriminate against the United States, impose quota systems such that it disincentivizes production in the United States and draws even more to Canada is frankly unfair. And Canada really needs to rethink its posture vis-a-vis the United States. Fairness is going to be dominant. The president has always said, we want free trade, but fair trade, right? You only get free trade when it's fair, but not under these terms, not under discriminatory terms. Absolutely not.
Well, we are right there at the 11th hour. We will see what happens. Nazak Nikakhtar, great to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Great to be with you.